Okay, good day everyone, especially to our instructor, Dr. Anthony E. Gamali. Good day, sir. I'm Ronnie Ray Macabillar from Panabol, Kiwigitan, Misamis Oriental. And now I will report in title about Filipino influence, trials, and characteristics. The Philippines is a meeting point of cultures from all over Asia and Pacific because it has been crossroad between east and west. And the mingling of culture reflects the country's cultures and people in come from various ethno-linguistic linguistic groups that are native to the islands or migrants from various Asia Pacific region. Filipinos are the people who are naturally born to recognize with the Philippine country. China, the United States, and Spain mainly influence the modern Filipino identity. True, Filipinos are racially similar to Malays, but it is term of culture. They are more like the Spaniards. Thus, it is could be claimed that Filipinos are the most hot-blooded and brave citizens in the tropical Asian culture. Like other countries, the Philippines has its opposing values and levels in a belief by the Filipinos that country have the best values in the world. True, has experienced colonization by several countries, but the core values has gained from the Filipinos ancestors remain intact and are still honored today, like bayanihan or spirit of kindness and camaraderie implanted by Malay, Asinsur, and close families taste and inherited by the Chinese Occidental. The most well known trial are attitude of the Filipino. Positive trial, hospitality. Hospitality is the trial displayed by every Filipino characterized by health, warning, generosity, and friendliness exhibited to progress, presence and local alike. Filipino are well known for being hospitable. This is one of the most popular qualities of Filipino. Most foreigners who have gone to the Philippines will involved with the warm hospitality they have experienced while staying in the country. This is a kind of values system while has extended the country thousands of years ago. Good thing in the that the hospitality of the Filipinos is not only shown to the foreigners, but to each fellow Filipino as well. Hospitality of Filipinos is shown in the following sample situation. When a person visits a friend's house, the host greets him or her with a very warm welcome. The host will be immediately tell their visitor sit down and will prepare a meal or a snack plus drink for the visitor. The host will be instant that the friends not leave the house will be empty stomach. A host will always make sure you had a great time visiting them. Letter B. People offer their guests room to visitors if there's going to spend the night. Letter smell offered of guests are very special. Hosts always find a way prepare great tasting food that her visitor want to eat. And also, number 2, respect. This is often observed not just by younger people, but also by people of all age in the Philippines. Respect for one elders and traditions. Po and opo. These words are spoken by the Filipinos who talking to elders or in the order to show respect to person in authority. These people words mean yes while answering or talking to the elders. Pagmamano. Another way of showing respect to the elders when greeting them. This is done by putting their elders' hand on their foreheads. Letter C. Filipinos also show respect at the work by making a bow to their employers. And number 3, strong family, taste and religions. Filipinos value their families so much that they tend to keep families intact through the generation. Families go to church and pray together because their religion is important and creates a strong bonds. Marking God and the center of their lives. Filipino believe in the only one God and majority of population and are Catholics. It is a value of system of Filipinos to pray before eating, going to bed, before the start of meeting, conference or program, gathering, etc. On weekend, the most Filipino families make sure to have quality time together by watching television or eating a family meal, watching movies or going to beach or resort. And number 4, generosity and helpfulness. Aside from being hospitable, Filipino are also well known for being generous. They share what they have to have the Filipino around them even when they only have a little. This could be felt during birthdays, weddings, or fiesta or party. When visitors come celebrate great tasting special foods and especially preferred for everyone. It is shared by friends, families, or even strangers. When you will be trouble, Filipinos cannot refuse to help you. They are always willing to assist you or lend a hand. Number 5, stronger work ethics. Another good thing most Filipino have is being hardworking. Filipinos ay peoples. They are always willing to work almost the whole day to provide needs of their families. Filipino farmers through earning to a little, but they work harder with not much compensation. Aside from their regular work, Filipino always find create ways for other sources of income, like creating a small business from the home where they sell from other items for convenience of their neighbors. And number 6, loving and caring. Because of their generosity, hospitality, and religiously, Filipino are found to be sweetest and most loving people in the world. It is experienced by both foreigners and Filipino women that most important men are so sweet, romantic when it is come to love. They will send their beloved flowers, bring her to very romantic place. Takes her sweet cuts and tell often show special she is to them. Filipino women are also romantic and very caring, which often makes some foreigners want to marry them. Women tend to prefer dinner before their husbands come home. They love and value relationship, always staying faithful to their husband. They love deeply and sincerely. And also negative trial of Filipinos. Fatalism, bahala na, or come what we attitude. When Filipino are facing difficulties and shortcomings, they have this attitude or living it up to God to sort around things out, an attitude of what gets around come around. Filipinos have a tendency to surrender the future to luck. They have that strong confidence that every will work but out it is interest without doing anything. Filipino often accept bad news or circumstances without trying to stop or change them. This can sometimes be helpful in adversity, but it can also keep us from finding ways out the situation. Also, constantly expecting the worst can get pretty disparaging. And number 2, Meninia habits. True blooded Filipino have the attitude of causing delays in accomplishing things or making transactions. When not interested or not the mood. They will receive until tomorrow or the next day to finish what they are doing, meeting their transactions. However, there are some Filipinos nowadays who take their time in doing things or in making decisions promptly. There are some who are habitually late or not showing up at all. There are a few Filipinos who are punctual for social meeting in fact. It is not expected of them to arrive exactly on time, especially at a party. The bahala na attitude is the outcome of the Maninya habit. When the tasks are left undone, this is usually should the event expert by people who not care but care much of the lace. I hate just leave everything in paid. And number 3, grab mentality. This is attitude of Filipino where they tend to push each other down to clear the way of their own against. Filipino will this kind of mentality or attitude try their best to ruin each other, either by making issue against the other for him through out bad to public, to the company or organization, so that Filipino gradually put distance and lose their confidence and trust that eventually result to their replacement. And number 4, hypocrisy. This is a trial of Filipino where criticism to other failure to live with the moral standard of the society are inevitable. In the Philippines, morality is a highest value. Most of us try to live up the standards set the tradition society. However, as no one is perfect, many of us are not actually able to sustain the standard. The fear of being outcast has forced a lot of people to live and double standard life. To hide our pillars in following norms, we tend to be condemning those who are caught in the handed. A perfect example could be the criticism faced by those who become pregnant outside married. The sad fact behind this scenario is that some of these critics could have actually engaged in premarital sex to only that proof is visible. And number 5, ningas kugon. Most Filipino are very good at the start when doing something. Nevertheless, after a few hours, days, and statement to do accomplish something is lost. We are become too lazy finish what we have started. And number 6, tardiness. Filipino time. Only is only in the Philippines that we have so-called Filipino time, but not exactly referring to the Philippines standard time, but then again we use it is referred to the tardiness of the person that we are waiting or who keeps on coming late to the time schedule or event instead of being something to do. To be a proud of Filipino time brings a negative impression to our people. When the invitation says the program will be start 7 p.m., it is expected to begin at 9 p.m. This has not caused complex on the in a relationship. It is also discouraged others, including progress, from getting involved in supposedly productive activities, as too much time can be wasted on waiting. And number 7, gossiping. Filipino are found on talking about of business. It is not true that only women are into gossiping. Even women can be also be noisy on their people lives, secrets and relationship failure falls unspended, and relationship are destroyed. Wars and gossips are paced around. They attend to be twisted until the final story becomes too far from original, those causing more damage. And number 8, blaming. Filipino can sometimes be too self-righteous when mistake happen. We do not have to take the blame when lack humanity to accept our pilchers and pilchers. And instead we point at others. This shows as irresponsibility. We are our action. This attitude destroyed teamwork and reliability become an issue. Selfishness, being instead of others. Most Filipino are incentive to need and situation of others. This could be an outcome of having too many problems that Filipino are facing. The tendency is to focus on their own needs first before others. Exactly. And number 10, disobedience to simple rules and instruction. Some Filipino, despite of understanding of the purpose, laws, and ordinance, have inability of observe and follow them. Consequently, crime victimization and accident rate in the Philippines are constantly rising. Poverty is getting more than rampant and lifestyle develop in relaxing. And number 11, extension taker. Filipino are fun and people-loving race. Those attracting attention in natural for them. Nevertheless, it is a different thing in be a ipal or kamalasmos, simply being attention gravely. Sometimes is our despite need to the center of attention. We do things that are already embracing, like voting in a conversation as known it is all or by being scandalous. This habit is also common to the politician. Instead of prioritizing their duty to give the best service to the people, they rather prioritize their things, pays a grave attention that will being that more chance of winning in next election. But that thanks to our vigilant netizens, this kind of politician earn more shame than fame. And number 12, being onion skinned or too sensitive. Another habit of attitude that we need a change is our being too proud with usually results to being oversensitive. It is we think highly or ourselves than we have the instinct we have the tendency to put our wall around us, the signboard on our forehead ahead saying I must be respected. Therefore, when someone make a joke or not positive comment about us, we will like we are not respected and we will get offended. If all people in the countries do not know that accept constructive criticism, then we can never expect unity. Number 13, leaving behind their means social climbing. One of the reason why a lot of people live in the poverty is because of overspending. Since most people want to live an light lifestyle, many resort to social climbing or leaving behind their means. Sometimes some of us think, but as long as we wear designed clothes and shoes, and we send our children to the most expected schools, it is all right to the swimming in credits and loans. And number 14, passivity, lack of leadership. Filipino lack inhibited for change is only one reason why our country does not progress. We keep on complaining against the government and the societal issues. However, we do not do anything about them. One of the issues is the lack of faith that our small action can bring change. However, worst reason for this could be a lack of cares from the happening around us. And number 15, other negative trials. Some Filipino women gave birth at the early age 16. Teenage pregnancies. Some just do not their own business. Some have many bad habits like drinking, smoking, etc. Some poor teenagers engage prostitution. These are many broken families. A lot of bad words to choose from which Filipino. Just a lot of bad can avoid seeing those most Filipinos tend to the with friends most of time that we to be with their parents. And a Filipino character's personality. These main trials and underscoring Filipino values. We have three concerning from Philippine Australians. Personalism values of interpersonal relationship. It is firmly believed that harmonious personal relationship is the key success individuals and amicable settlement of dispute, the primary means of resolving broken relationship, and face-to-face open forum in a considered one complex in a recognized as a organization or the community. And the second, familialism. Filipino are family oriented. Develop programs and projects in the community are concentrated on the family. Decision on matter in centered on the welfare of the best interest on the family rather than on the betterment and interest of some individuals. And the third, particularism. Displayed behavior by individuals may be good or bad, blame against the family. It is based on the principle that home is the candle human personality and a Filipino values oriented. Three main obligation and underlying Filipino values orientation. 1. Pakikiramay. It is the Filipino values of going out way to help without being asked. Pakikisama. Regardless whether someone view an agreeable or not, Filipino are capable of loyalty, getting along with them, and bayanihan. As a mention of previous topic, Filipinos are able to render service and generous enough to extend help without expectation. Somebody can request help time need to those whom it is extended. and also respect. And that's all. Thank you.